All right, welcome to another episode of GlideChat. My name is Michael Lombardo, CEO of GlideFast Consulting, and with me I have Mark Smiley, Director of Advisory Services at GlideFast. Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Doing well. It's good to be here. How are you doing?
Hey, enjoying life.
Absolutely, to the fullest.
So, Mark, you and I have known each other for a long time before GlideFast. I recall at least two projects we worked on while we were at different companies. And man, it was a pleasure working with you.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We put our superpowers together and came out with some great solutions for our customers, all under the ServiceNow umbrella. So it was definitely had a great time working with you.
Man, it was really cool. And I think we kind of knew right off the bat, you were the process guru and you knew how to communicate the importance of, an efficient process and kind of take what these customers were using today and try to start getting them thinking the way they should be having these processes and how it works with ServiceNow. And then I was going to cash all those checks you were writing.
That's what it was.
It was like,
it worked out well. Yeah.
I just remember a couple of times during the workshops, you were when you were up there, running and workflow and things, and you were like, yeah, we can do that. You're like, Mike, we can do that, right? And I was like, yeah, no problem. We got that.
Yeah. I tell you, man, I miss the human energy of being in workshops. It's the one thing, one of the many things we're looking forard to once we get past the pandemic. So
yeah, I'll tell you, I actually had one. I actually had an in-person workshop about a couple weeks back, and oh man, yeah, it was. You know what I don't miss though is how kind of exhausting a full day of that gets though.
100%. You would have to be on the entire time, 8 hours plus, and then go back to the hotel and do your work as well. So
I know. I definitely you had the coffee right there ready to go. Thank God. So, but yeah, Mark. So why don't you talk to me a little bit about the advisory services program at GlideFast? It's pretty exciting, and it's obviously a huge part of our business, right? The technology is great, but we always say putting a bad practice into ServiceNow, the technology is not going to fix a bad process or a bad workflow. So
no, in fact, it'll shine a good light on it. It'll make it look pretty, but no, the process is still going to be faulty. So we have a great pool of people here at GlideFast, amazing talent, diverse across the country. In fact, across North America now. We have team members in Canada, which is great. And we're bringing our perspective, our experience into these engagements with customers to really look at the way they're operating and help them improve on their day-to-day operations, align them to best practice, share our experiences, share what their peers, their competitors are doing, and saying this is why you want to go this route. And then focus on, okay, based on our conversations, what do we need the platform to do based on this new improved process? And that's really where we come into play.
100%. And you know what I love? This is what I loved working with you. And obviously the GlideFast process consultants and advisory consultants follow this model is we don't just accept, what the customer's saying, like, hey, here's how we do it today. Here's the workflow, right? We're like, oh, we challenge the customer a little bit, right? Hey, why do we need 5 approvals here? Why do we need this swivel chair activity? We could automate this. Do we really need to get approval from every single person here? What's the business value there, right?
100%. And we're seeing a lot of that term, which we don't like to see, is re-implementation, right? Where maybe the first go around, customers just went and turned on the tool and put in their existing processes in, heavily customized the platform, made it maybe look like the way they wanted it, but not realizing they took the wrong path. So one of our key drivers, we wake up every morning really excited, is we want to prevent our customers from having to re-implement. We want things done the right way the first time. So we certainly politely and professionally will say, look, we hear what you're saying. Here's what we believe is a better route to go down. And we base it on industry best practice. Yeah.
It's an art form. Exactly what you said, right? You don't just come at them and say, that's a terrible idea. Why would you, right? It's an art form, the way you deliver it. And I even recall you coaching a lot of customers or a couple of the people that we were working with on those engagements where you'd coach them like, hey, here's how you can push back on your management, on your leadership, because there's always one or two in the room that disagree, and there's always one or two in the room that are like, yeah, he's right, so it's an art form in how you deliver that message and say, hey, listen, that's a great idea, but if we do it this way, you're not going to have issues with upgrades. You're going to get more buy-in from staff, and you're going to be able to repurpose a lot of your wasted time into more efficient, areas of your business. It's just,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And in any engagement, we identify people who may be challenging what we're doing, and we identify people who will be championing, our cause, right? We work with those champions to help foster the message and make the improvements we believe are needed in an organization. So, but you're right, we have to walk that fine line for sure.
Yeah, and when you were talking earlier, you sparked something that I don't think we talk about enough in this industry, is really the yin and yang of an efficient process and an efficient implementation, or the technical aspect, right? So not only do you need the technical best practices and avoid the technical bad practices, but it's the process side of things as well, right? Like you really have to dig in to the workflows and how it's done today. And you really have to challenge that status quo. Like, listen, I understand it works the way you're doing it, doing this out of email, this works, but let's work to get to a better maturity level, right? We know we can't go 0 to hero, right? We know that, but getting to that, perfect state, or close to perfect, there is no perfect. It takes time, and it takes little wins, so, getting a change. I remember going through the change process at that large company we worked together. I will not say the name, but man, it was like we ran out of whiteboard space a few times. We were going different walls, and it's like, guys, we just got to simplify this. Let's make it simpler. Yes, there's a lot of data we need to capture, but it's too complicated. If it's too complicated, people won't use it. They're going to just subvert the process altogether. So,
and a lot of it is, especially at that large organization where we spent 8-9 days on and the whole weekend, just on change management. It was about trust and empowerment. And there was a lack of it in the organization where everyone felt that they had to see and approve everything. Yeah. And instead of believing in the personnel they've hired to say, look, these are highly qualified professionals in this room. You as a senior leader don't need to see everything. You don't need to be, the bottleneck, essentially, to put it, for lack of a better word, right? You have to entrust and empower your people to do right. ServiceNow will report on what's working and what's not. You'll know soon enough. Not everything has to flow through you. So that was definitely a challenge we had to get past, and we did. And I thought we did an amazing job as a team, getting everybody in the room to agree. It's like, this is going to be the new streamlined way to go. Yep. Yeah. But it's a journey to get there.
It's a journey. It's a journey. And I likewise, I enjoyed that project and working with you so much so that I knew I wanted to work with you, and I knew it was going to happen. I honestly, I knew one day we'd work together, and but that was
then fun. You got that call one day.
I was waiting for you. I didn't chase you. I was waiting for you when the time was ready. But I guess if we had to leave our audience with one piece of advice, let's say there's a business analyst out there, trying to migrate to ServiceNow or migrate a workflow to ServiceNow, what's one piece of advice you would give them? Just overall, migrating something to ServiceNow.
It's don't accept the status quo. Yeah. This is, if you're migrating from email for any other system into ServiceNow, this is your golden opportunity, whether it's in knowledge or in change or in anything that requires, workflows and grouping people together to get the job done. Challenge, look at it objectively. This is your golden opportunity to make things better. You're going to flip on a new tool. Let's focus on the process as well.
I love that. Mark, thanks for joining me today, and have a great rest of your day.
All right, man. Thank you so much.